Hello, I'm Paige Pierce.
I'm Missy Gannon.
We're here to watch some live disc golf via Smashbox and the Disc Golf Pro Tour, so I hope you guys enjoy.
Yep, well, we're here at Idlewild Open out in Kentucky, and yeah, stay tuned.
So this is hole 1. It's one of the most open holes on the course, so you kind of just want to stay on the fairway, honestly.
Yep, it's a par 4, 638 feet. As you can see here, Paige is throwing a big bomb, flexing to the right and turning back left. Perfect spot to be in.
Next up's Hokom. She is going to crush a sidearm like normal. Great Anheuser angle on it. Make sure she stays in the middle. But she kind of got an unlucky kick and went a little bit down the hill, or skip.
Holly Finley here. Again, pulling it a little bit to the right, but if it's stable enough, it's going to come right back just where she wants it.
Right in the middle. Great spot to be. Paige Bjerkaas also throws a Ballista Pro, as did I. You can put some turn on them and they hyzer out a little bit. So all of us are pretty well off in the fairway. So just a matter of getting it in the circle from here.
Mm-hmm. Holly looks like a pretty good pull. Yep, just inside the circle, it looks like.
Yeah, she threw the same disc twice and they looked like identical shots. She left herself not a putt at all, hardly. Before that shot, Hokom was talking about the branches scaring her, so she was going to have to go more hyzer than she thought.
Paige with a nice smooth backhand, trips a little bit to the left. It's a fast green if you go a little
Absolutely. I land as soft as possible, so I went with the Marshall here. Just try to come in soft.
Ooh.
Hokom gave that a good run, but just missed just a bit low.
Mm-hmm. Paige just outside the circle. Ooh, good run as well. Scary putt though.
Yeah, left herself with a bit of a comebacker since she didn't draw any medal, and unfortunately missed that one as well. But 5's not a bad score on that hole, as it's a par 4, and not a lot of us are 3 in it.
Good birdie by Paige there. Unfortunate bogey for Paige Bjerkaas, but like Paige said, it's not that bad of a score on this hole. Holly's in for birdie as well.
And we are on to hole 2.
Mm-hmm.
This one's also a par 4. And honestly, I think the tee shot is super important just to see, where you're going to land. Do you want it to be flat footing and, give yourself a good approach at this next tricky green?
Yeah.
It's 509 feet.
Paige, great pull. You want it to kind of leak right a bit and give you a nice open approach to the green if you're going for it.
Holly with her Roadrunner, she was throwing this thing so well today.
Ooh.
This one hyzered out just a tiny bit, but got that late tree kick and left herself in really good position.
Sets up really good for a forehand, especially from Sarah. She has such good control over those angles.
Absolutely. I think she has the best angles on sidearms in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Paige, this shot was absolutely incredible. She threw a trespass.
Wow.
Just really trusted her line through the gap and got penetrated all the way through it up there. So she just had a very short putter shot from there.
Yeah, that's great. That's normally where people, try to lay up on their second shot if you don't get clean. So that's amazing.
Holly just kind of sawed that one off and left it short in the water.
Sarah going for the green. It's a gutsy shot for sure.
This one, I went Marshall again, and just to sit softly on the green. There's with the greens all slanted, you get a lot of play when you hit the ground.
Mm-hmm. Paige, I mean, it looks like an easy shot, and she did make it easy on herself by getting so much distance off the tee, but it's still such a daunting shot over that water.
Absolutely. Holly with a great recovery shot after that unfortunate OB.
Ooh, just a little high for birdie, right?
Yeah, and she hit the ban and then it rolled. I don't know if you could see from that angle, but it rolled all the way to the wall. Luckily,
That's
that wall
tough.
was there and it stopped it. Great comebacker.
Paige in, tap in birdie.
Now Paige's this. She had a Dimax on there with her family on it. It was cute.
Nice.
So yeah, some tap-ins, and we are on to hole 3. So I gain a stroke on Sarah here, and Paige gains 2 strokes on Holly. So it's getting between them, and you know, still anybody's battle at this point.
Yeah.
Between Sarah and I.
So hole 3, it's a par 3, 407 feet downhill. There is OB on the left. So you do want to kind of favor the right side a bit. I think some of us can get to the green if we get a really good pull on this, but for the most part, you kind of just want to stay safe and not be too short.
Absolutely. Paige and I both went a little bit right side. If you crest that hill, you actually get down there and get a putt, which I did, but Paige just kind of hit the top of the hill and stopped her. Sarah just has a great sidearm on this hole and leaves herself a good putt.
Yeah, there's a little casual ditch down there that's a little wet, but you're safe if you're at least past the bushes on the left side of the fairway. Holly looks like a great upshot.
I thought that one was in for sure. This is her Star Mirage. She was throwing incredible approaches with.
Paige with a nice forehand approach.
Anytime you see that orange disc in Holly's hand, guarantee it's going to be a good one today. This is my putt from about 50.
Oh, right up the top.
Left it a little high. I was just kind of trying to float it in there.
Sarah with a birdie look. Ooh, just right.
Yeah.
Nice putt by Holly for par.
Yeah, it skidded a little bit farther than she thought. I mean, after almost making it, she left herself a tester and connected well.
I know how that goes.
Yeah. This course has a fine line of like, you know, running up shots or laying them up. And you kind of have to just decide what you want to do. So we're tapping in on hole 3 and stay tuned with us. We'll be right back for hole 4. All pars on that one. All right, we're back on hole 4. It's 334 feet, par 3. Past 2 days, I really shanked this shot, so I was really focused on this tee and got myself inside the circle finally.
Nice. Yeah, and it could be noted that the women are playing a shorter tee pad. You'll probably recognize this hole a little better from the men's tee pad with the whole lake on the left side. So here we're just trying to kind of float it sort of OB a little bit and just have it hyzer in to the green. And
Sarah,
right?
Throwing a sidearm. She absolutely nailed this hole all 3 days. Got herself well inside the circle and just put a little turn on her favorite. I think it's a rival or a Patriot. I can't remember actually, but
looks like Holly was trying to go kind of straight at it, but just left it a little short. Paige, nice up to the green. Holly giving this a
I'm not sure what she was doing there, if she was going for that or not, but she left herself quite a long putt and did not convert on it. So it's going to be taking a bogey on actually one of the easier holes that we play in my opinion.
Good, at least that's set. Yeah, I ended up in circle 2 every single time. Actually, I went OB once, but I couldn't even bring myself to run that putt. I just laid it up.
The angle of the fairway plays so much towards the water. It's easy to get it down there.
Yeah.
Sarah takes a par. Paige takes a bogey, and so does Holly. And their battle stays tight, and I gain one more on Sarah on this hole.
Yeah, at this point, it seems like it's a battle for, well, going in, it was a battle for first and second, and then basically a battle for third.
The battle for third is big, too, because the second card has a lot of great players that are well within reach. But on to hole 5, par 3, 426 feet. You really, really just want to be right and stay in bounds. But the trick with that is if you turn it too much, you're going to get a lot of rollaways. So I saw a lot of like cut rollers towards the water.
Yeah, and you can see Sarah just kind of hung it a little bit to the left on her forehand, and it just stayed. One OB, like you said, Paige hugged that right side. She should be all right over there.
Yeah, Holly was trying for a hyzer down the right gap, actually. Clipped some trees, but she's going to have a relatively simple approach. Honestly, you don't really want to go for this green. You just want to lay it to that wall and go for a little putt.
Paige looked like she put a little mustard on that.
Yeah, I think that was a great tree kick. I thought that too out of her hand, that it was a little fast. I'm just trying to play it into the wall and go for the putt. There's no reason to mess with that OB, in my opinion.
Yeah, you're like right inside the circle if you're up by that wall. So
Hokom with a good approach with her jokery. Backhand.
Holly, a little jumper. That'll work.
Nice and straight, right on the green.
Paige giving us a bid. Oh, just a little low. And Paige in for the birdie.
Yes, birdie. Well, it's
it's
a par 3.
A par 3.
Yeah, it's a par. I mean, honestly, it plays like a par 4. From the men's tee, it is, I believe.
It does. Yeah, that's true.
Felt like a birdie.
Yeah, for sure.
I was happy with it. Hokom converts, great putt. These are longer than they look, and definite range where you got to make these.
Yeah.
Paige makes hers as well, and that just leaves Holly.
I was up by that little white flag behind Holly, and it's scary because you're a little elevated up there, and I was thinking about not hitting off the top and flying into the OB, and I actually almost did. I was okay.
Almost all of these greens make you think about what if.
Yeah. Hole 6, par 3, 437 feet. It's a right turning hole, pretty much straight out of the gap, and it's a pretty tight gap. You just have to have something turn over and hopefully pan out over the hill or just stay on top of the hill, and you'll be fine.
And this is our last hole in the Open, pretty much.
Yep.
So we're all, I mean, I know I was stoked to have a driver in my hand for one more throw.
Yeah.
And
keeping it turned.
We're all throwing the long and hyzers. Some of us were a little low and didn't get over the hill. Some did.
Yeah. No, I mean, up there is great. I mean, hitting the green from here is still kind of a tricky shot. If you have a forehand, you'll be fine, or a nice sneaky backhand. But those trees are guarding the green really good.
These trees definitely block the green. You have to just sneak one through there, find a little gap and execute it.
Yep, Paige hit that gap. One of them. Paige with the jumper for birdie. Oh, that would have been great.
Had a slight bit of that tree in my way. Had to put a little bit more on Annie on it than I wanted, and
Holly to save her 3.
So Holly's going to take another bogey, the solo bogey on the card. So Paige will get one on her here, and that battle continues to get tighter and tighter.
Yeah. And then Sarah and Paige will tap in their pars.
Yeah, so now we're headed to hole 7, which is pretty much the first wooded hole. So stay tuned and see some technical golf coming up, and lots of hard footing.
Really hard footing. It's been so wet.
This course is getting muddy.
So it'll be fun to watch nonetheless. Okay, we're back here on hole 7. It's a par 4, 484 feet. Super difficult par 4. You see that one gap right off where Sarah was aiming for. That's kind of the gap that you just want to hit and then fade up to the right on the hill.
I don't even mess with that gap. I just, there's so much OB risk for one. And two, if you do make it through that gap, you have bad footing. Even on a great shot, your footing's bad. So I'm just going for that drop zone.
True.
But I was the only one that did that on the card.
Yeah. It's a tight gap. And I saw a few people try to lay up to the drop zone, which still isn't even that easy to do.
Just looking for good footing. Hokom, she did hit that tree, but she stayed safe. I'm trying to throw a flex sidearm here and miss my line, go through that other gap, and then I'm going to leave myself with a shot I did not want to take. So Holly did hit that tree and went OB, so she's going to the drop zone.
Right.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Shot from there.
Yeah, for sure. Hokom's a little tight off to the left. It's really tight over there. You got to just pick a line and commit to it over there.
Paige just stands still and puts it right in the middle of the fairway. Just smart play. Just smooth. Take the aggressive shot on the next shot.
Sarah going forehand roller that went right back into the woods, it looked like.
And wham.
Ooh.
Nice one, Paige.
Yeah. Saw a lot about this weekend. Oh, Sarah, giving it a run.
Such a good shot. That was her Patriot. She flexed it right in there, and I swear if that was like an inch higher, it was in.
For sure. And
that's Paige, a shot I meant to execute the first time.
Good recovery, though. At least.
Yep.
Oh, and even Paige with a good run. Yeah. Wow.
Holly also with a sidearm gets it right up there.
Yeah.
I'll have just outside the circle putt. And don't get it up high enough. Yeah. Not stoked about that, but it's a really hard hole, so just got to move on. There's lots of golf left.
Yeah, Sarah with the double bogey, unfortunately.
Honestly, where she went, I would have almost rather been OB.
Yeah,
like
and then just have a straight shot
out from there. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, I ended up really far left. I don't even really know where I was. And needless to say, it was not a good spot.
Paige taking the solo par on that hole. That's getting strokes on a lot of our field.
Yeah,
I would imagine, and she closes that gap even more. She's playing really good golf and. She's hoping to keep it up, but hits a tree just wide on this shot.
Yeah, this is a par 5. It's probably one of the hardest holes on the course. It just bends to the right and then back to the left and then back around to the right and almost back to the left again. It's a tough shot.
This tee shot's so demanding. Like what Paige did, her mistake was too wide and mine was too inside. You kind of want to hug it pretty tight like Sarah just did with this flex sidearm. And
especially with a sidearm. That's a perfect angle for that shot.
Absolutely. Anywhere in that flat is really good. I didn't have much, so I just tried to pitch out with the EMAC Truth and just put it right in the center.
Yeah, that's just fine. Paige pulling it a little bit right.
Yeah, she actually did have a pretty good gap from there, but she had muddy footing and just kind of slid.
Yep. Holly with a good out. Yeah, it's hard to be tucked over there to the right. You could see all those little trees over there.
Again, muddy footing. She opts for a standstill and just hits a tree. And this roll was so unfortunate, but luckily it was in the center of the fairway still. So
yeah.
Going again with my EMAC Truth. I early release it a tiny bit, but it's not a bad kick. It just sits down the left side of the fairway. Should be able to get it up and down.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, I was wondering if Paige was going to go to the left or the right of that tree, but definitely to the left and kind of try to flex it a little bit.
She had the right intention. She just didn't execute on it and has hit her 4th tree of this hole so far. She's starting to get a little frustrated, you can tell.
Yeah. Well, and you can see with Sarah's even from her great drive, it's still such a demanding second shot.
Absolutely.
But I'm sure she'll be okay with top of the hill there.
Paige puts one perfectly in the center of the gap. So, forward progress at this point is good.
Oh, yeah. That shot set up perfectly for her flex sidearm. I threw so many sidearms this week.
So
and
many.
I mean, I'm so glad that I have at least something to do that. But gosh, it was great practice, if nothing else.
Mm-hmm. I mean, as you can see, the screen's perfect for a sidearm approach. I mean, it bends down to the right, and as it goes downhill, you just want that little crest down.
Yeah.
Paige goes a little wide and flips that tree.
Yeah. After the third or fourth tree hit, you're kind of feeling a little defeated.
It's funny, Hokom just went back in.
Did she? We all
threw sidearm and she threw back in.
So I'm sure par feels great.
Yeah, after a couple bad shots,
Yeah.
It feels great to get a par.
Yeah. And unfortunately, a triple bogey for Paige. That was a tough one.
The way I look at it, though, she just made all those strokes up. So essentially, she's just back to square one for the round. No harm done.
Ooh. Sarah unfortunately misses her inside the circle putt.
Those branches were getting to her right on her shoulders.
Yeah. I was under there. I actually took a knee because they're pretty low when you're under there. I was deeper in there though.
Holly taking her time on these short ones. It's important to do, especially out here.
And you can't really tell on the video, but that does slope pretty hard behind the basket from Holly's angle. So a little scarier than it looks.
Yeah, so now we're on to hole 9, which is probably the second shortest hole we play, but the initial gap is very demanding. You just want to hit the gap and hopefully have a slight turn, but honestly, just straight's fine too.
Yeah. Great shot by Holly. Paige, looks like you're going with a Marshall.
Yep, throwing it on solid 12 of these holes out here.
Yeah, I actually threw my Fusion Felon on a sidearm today on this hole.
Nice.
Yeah, and I got well down there, so it felt really good.
Hokom goes a little wide.
Yeah, she did.
Leaves herself in the bushes on the left. It's kind of a hard out from out of there, but she's a good ways down the fairway at least.
Yeah.
Paige is going with her classic hard judge. Slight early release. It had a great turn on it. Yeah. It just came out a tiny bit early.
Yep.
He's going to be in there with Sarah.
Looks like a nice out if it's that. Paige with a little jumper.
Yeah, I was running that one. The branches were hanging low and that tree was there, so.
Good bid by Holly.
Yeah, she's the only one that had a birdie look.
Yeah.
And, unfortunately missed it.
And once again, Sarah is way down the hill there. It doesn't look quite that far, but it's a far uphill putt, especially if you roll away or hit the basket. And you just never know.
All three of us, Paige, Sarah, and I, were just like maybe one pace inside the circle. So we still had some work to do to save our pars.
Definitely.
Paige also hitting a great putt. It's dead center. She actually made a comment about, okay, I got a 3, 5 strokes better than last time.
I kept doing that today too.
And Holly, easiest par of us.
Yeah, great. So all 4 pars.
Yeah, was our, I think, first one of the day. And we are about to be on to the back 9. Things are shaking up, so stay tuned with us and see some more wooded golf coming up.
The Dynamic Discs Golden Retriever is a fantastic tool for getting your discs back when they've strayed a little too far from dry ground. With a compact design, it fits easily in your bag so it's always there when you need it. Using a Golden Retriever can speed up pace of play and save you from having to jump in yourself. We have a 100% guarantee you'll be satisfied. If you're not, return it in a usable condition for a full refund. For a little extra confidence next time you're throwing over water, make sure you're covered with a Golden Retriever.
We are back on hole 10, the back 9, final round at Idlewild. Holly goes with her star Roadrunner here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 368 feet. It's quite a bit uphill. Actually, probably one of the more open fairways after some of those last few holes. So you just want to pipe one right up the middle, and even maybe, you can go a little left and you'll be fine.
Absolutely. You want to squeeze by that tree pretty tight and then hyzer off left. And I was mistaken. That was actually Holly's star light boss. I remember she was saying she wanted to go overstable so she could get that left finish.
And as you can see, Sarah was kind of pointing left. She wanted to get a little bit more left. Right's not bad, but it leaves you with a little bit more of a technical shot than you would want.
Paige barely makes a tree at the end, but Hokom even mentioned, like, wow, we all four, only one tree hit out of all four of us, and barely.
And you could see the footing there. Paige had to stop. It's just so squishy, and it makes it so tough.
She goes with her judge there and hits a tree. I don't know if you could see, but it clipped left. And wait until you see where her upshot landed. We couldn't find it. Luckily, there was a spotter down there and let us know. Hokom sat at that one for quite some time, deciding between a sidearm or a backhand. She didn't feel comfortable with the backhand, but made it work really well. So Paige was actually under that bridge. She went through a crack in the top.
Oh my God.
She went through that crack right there. The guy said. Just throws a little easy approach and leaves herself a tap in.
Yeah.
I actually don't know how I got down there. It's unbelievable. I shanked that.
Lucky.
And got a little kick. I was not pleased.
Sarah to save par. Oh, just off the top. Agent for bogey.
This course was definitely playing really hard today, even for us who got through it with no rain.
Yeah,
which was
no,
nice,
we had great weather this morning.
It was super muddy. Almost all of our shots that weren't on the tee were, just drudging through the mud.
Oh, yeah.
You can really see it on this hole right here.
Even just walking up to your lies, you had to kind of navigate and figure out the best way to get
I'm
there.
tiptoeing right there. Yeah, trying not to get mud on your feet even just for the next tee shot.
Yep.
So Holly and I with a 3 and Hokom and Paige with a 4. The race is still close for third, and I'm sure at this point, the second card's kind of creeping in.
Mm-hmm. So hole 11, par 3. It's the shortest hole on the course. I guess some people call it the ace run hole. It's an elevated basket on a little elevated platform. It's pretty even height with the tee pad, but if you leak left or right a little bit, the hill is pretty steep. So you kind of just want to commit fully to the shot and just get somewhere near the basket.
Yeah, my goal is to just be pin high. I'm not even trying to get on the platform, just pin high so that my putt's a little bit more linear and not as elevated.
Yeah.
Paige had the best drive of the group and was this much, 2 inches too low and hit the sign and hit backwards and left herself with that elevated of a putt.
Yeah. And she looks disappointed there. She obviously wanted to have a better bid at a 2 on this hole, but honestly, a 3 is just fine. Good 2 by Paige.
Yeah, happy with a birdie here. There's not too many of them that are out there. So,
right.
Anytime you can get one, it's a good feeling heading into the next hole.
Definitely.
Hokom for her birdie as well with her prowler.
Nice. Yeah, I had a bad roll away on this one yesterday. I gave my Circle 2 putt a run, and it just hit the, what did Sarah call it, trash can?
Yeah, trash can, that's what she calls them.
And just rolled down the hill.
Yep. So for the round, Sarah and I both 1 under, and the other 2 are over par. It's just, you kind of just want to stay on the fairway and not even worry about these birdies, but just try to get pars.
Definitely. Yeah, hole 12, par 4, 644 feet. This is a big dog leg to the left, or to the right, I'm sorry, off the tee. So obviously for Sarah, this kind of sets up perfectly to cut the corner.
God, unfortunate roll right there.
Yeah.
I couldn't see from the tee, but it looked like a perfect shot.
Yeah.
I was wondering how she ended up there.
Yeah, for me, I'm just throwing a putter off the tee and trying to get to the end of the
Mhm.
tunnel, and then I have another big boom.
Yeah, I don't even actually try to turn the corner. I just try to throw it straight.
Yeah, same.
Paige shows her judge again, lands right by Holly's mirage shot. It looks like they both kind of kicked a little bit of something at the end and stopped their forward progress.
Yeah. And see, it's, she was just a little bit obstructed, and if she had been a little bit farther right or out to the left, she could have just let a hyzer loose. But unfortunately, you just never know what this course is going to give you sometimes.
I threw it too far forward and had to just pitch one to the center and kind of just settle for a look at 4.
Yeah. I split that tree today on my side. Yeah.
A little Y, yeah.
So that felt good, but kind of scary at the same time.
See, I'm not a sidearm roller thrower, but Hokom's choice on that kind of confused me, especially with the green tilting to the right. When you don't get it, parallel enough with the ground, it's just going to cut over to the right and land even worse than it could have been.
Yeah. I'm sure Holly was trying to get around to the right of those bunch of trees, because now she might be fighting with some trees on her.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be left on this.
No.
There's nothing but trees over there.
Yeah.
Paige has a great shot with her fusion judge. Gives herself about a 10-footer.
Good. Yeah. Yeah, it slopes pretty hard behind the tree, behind the basket. So if she hadn't gotten a little love from that tree, she could have been down in the woods there.
Absolutely. These trees force Holly on her knee, throwing a little sidearm. And, just no real look at making that shot.
No.
At least from where Sarah is right here, it's not easy, but she has a chance at least.
Yeah.
You definitely don't want to be left side. It takes any chance you have out of the question.
Yeah. A good par from Paige there. Another good par from Paige.
Yeah, it was funny taking scores today with 2 pages on the card. Hokom started calling Paige Little Paige. She started calling her Birdie Muggs because when I was taking score, I would call myself Paige and I would call Paige Bjerkaas Muggsy. That's what I call her. Her middle name is Muggs Marie. Sorry, Paige. She's telling everybody. But we are on to hole 12, and this is where the course gets hard. Stay tuned.
So hole 13, par 3, known as the Y hole. This year it's not playing as a double mando, where in previous years it was.
Yeah.
It's still this shot, but and you still have to kind of navigate through those trees, but you at least don't have to think about a double mando.
Paige, I was so impressed by this shot. You're a Ballista Pro, and just mashed it and let it hyzer on its own. It's a pretty tough gap to hit. This is the first day I even hit the gap.
Yeah, same actually with my escape. And just leaked a little left, and it was great.
Hokom turns it too much and gets an unlucky kick and goes OB.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
It's very unfortunate, especially with the other 3 of us peering the gap and having a pretty solid look at par.
Yeah, Holly's drive looked great.
Hokom still got a lot of work to do for a double bogey. Honestly, I think this one's a par 4. I don't care what that says up there.
Yeah. I actually somehow got a 3 today, and that felt like a birdie. But that was a great shot by Holly. It's so scary to go for this green because the right in front of the green is all OB, and then there's 2 white lines that go up the hill. So you do have to hit within a certain range up there. That was a great shot by Paige.
And Sarah as well. We all made it on the green pretty well.
Yeah.
But it's really not as easy as we just made it look. These greens are so daunting.
Yeah.
Just absolutely hard. Every green out here leaves you with the question of, okay, do I lay up short and go for a tester putt?
Yep.
Or do I try to challenge OB and go for the green?
Yep.
So every shot just keeps you on your toes and brings the mental game into play.
Yeah. And I actually love this kind of golf but sometimes I just felt like I just wish it was a little easier.
Yeah, it's really taxing, like mentally, let alone like all the hills and elevation dropping up and down. It's like,
no, for sure.
You never get a break out there until, you final putt on 18.
Yeah. And after a long walk up the hill, we're on hole 14, par 4, pretty downhill and dogleg off to the right.
I think the hardest gap to hit on the course.
Yeah, it is tiny. It maybe looks a little bigger on camera, but it's small.
And there's so many trees. Like, on other holes, you miss your gap by a little bit and you might sneak through another gap. On this hole, if you don't hit that gap, you're hitting the tree.
Yeah.
So I hit the tree that's bearing the, is that a word? I don't know. The right side barrier I hit and kicked me down, and I got a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
We're about to see, and I'm going to relive this. Awesome.
Today, I was not too much farther than you. I hit one of those first trees as well, and I just felt like I kept chopping. Yep, that's what I did too.
Oh, I was really frustrated after that one.
Same.
But through this one with aggression, I was like, I'm getting down to the green.
And so this goes down, and there's like the sweet spot landing zone, and then the basket that is actually on sort of like an island as well. So
you can see that bridge right where Sarah's disc is aiming right now. On our side of it, there's a wall, so you can almost play into that wall again if you want. Or if you're feeling frisky, you can shoot for the green.
I felt frisky today, and it worked. But it took me like 4 shots to get to about where the camera is right now, and I just gunned it to the green, and I made it. And
nice.
Took
a 5?
I know, but
Okay.
But it felt good.
Yeah, it's good to just hit the greens. Honestly, who even cares if it's your first shot or 8th shot? Like when you land on that green and you stick it on there, you're like, yes.
It was on track to potentially be a field base, but just a little high.
I was absolutely thrilled with that bogey.
Absolutely.
I hit 4 trees and got a 5. I was pretty
definitely.
Hokom takes a knee here. I don't know if you can tell, but right above her head, there's a lot of low-hanging branches. It was hindering her normal stance, so got down on a knee and converted.
Yep.
Paige did as well and got a nice par.
Yeah, that's great. Honestly, I think par is like 1,000 rated out here. So
Holly just got a birdie on this. Her drive was so
that's
great.
Awesome.
This roadrunner off the tee and then just a nice smooth shot to the green.
Yeah, wow. Hole 15, par 4, 487 feet. It's so uphill and so tight.
Muddy.
And so muddy.
Honestly, there is a landing zone just past that thick tree in the middle where Paige is almost to.
Yeah.
But it's almost like just land on the fairway because the muddy terrain is just adding strokes to these holes.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, even in dry conditions, it's hard to approach on that sort of slope. So when it's muddy, you're almost forced to stand still.
So I'm trying to be more aggressive off the tee so that I can progress myself farther forward down the fairway. I kind of put too much hyzer on that and land left.
Holly looked like she might have slipped a little bit. It looked like it worked out fine.
She did slip. She mentioned that. Hokom going with a nice smooth sidearm through the gap. Gets herself up there good ways. Yeah,
once you get up to the top of this hill, you have to hit another gap, not quite as tight, but and the basket's off to the right, so you definitely want something to, just like Holly's disc, just kind of drift to the right.
I opt for the backhand here. This is a shot that I kind of was still thinking about walking into this commentary. I should have went sidearm. The green slides downhill to the right, and you definitely want to finish to the right, so you leave yourself with a shorter putt.
Yep, you live and you learn.
Hokom throws a great sidearm and just has a tap in.
Yeah. Ooh.
Holly,
wow,
that was a great tree kick. But as you can see, her with the backhand too. If she didn't get that tree kick, she was looking at
for sure. Good out from Paige.
I try to kind of run that, and
ooh, a flopper.
This one. That was a sad one.
Yeah.
I hadn't done that at all this weekend.
Yeah.
So almost get through 3 clean rounds and then miss a 12-footer.
Yep, I had 2 yesterday.
Kind of a bummer. But Holly plays this hole pretty clean relative. I mean, besides the tee shot.
Yeah.
Um,
But if you don't get off the tee and you don't want to concede a bogey because there are opportunities to get your way back up there. But sometimes it's a little sad when you don't get quite off the tee like you wanted to.
And for just a moment, we are off the wooded holes and onto the longest, most open hole of the round.
Yeah.
So get ready for some long drives. Paige gets the box on this long bomber.
Yeah.
Goes
Hole
with
16.
Ballista Pro. Yeah, hole 16, par 5, long par 5, wide open.
Yeah. And today was actually the calmest conditions I feel like we had.
Yeah, we had
all
virtually
weekend.
no wind.
We had no wind.
Yeah.
And so that was really nice. We had a whipping headwind yesterday. And I think it was maybe even a little bit of a tailwind today, which is favorable for this hole.
I like Holly's play on this hole. She just went super easy hyzer. Didn't even put any power hardly behind it. I was letting some aggression out and just threw it as hard as I possibly could.
Ballista Pro?
Yeah, Ballista Pro. Yep. Hardest flying disc I've ever bagged. It's unbelievable. Paige shows this shot and at first doesn't like it, but I see the stability. It's absolutely fighting that angle she put on it and gets herself way up there.
Yep.
Holly, same shot she just threw, just like on hole 1, repeated 2 of the same shots.
Yep.
And never even questioned out of bounds.
Simple hyzers. Right
Stress free.
Yeah. Hokom trying to go big, leaking a little right.
Yeah.
Oh.
And she goes OB, not by much, but OB's OB.
Yeah.
I go Ballista Pro again, trying to get to the green.
Yeah, you're looking like you're going big on that approach.
I loved the angle I put on it. Just let it go a tiny bit late. As you can see, it started hyzering out at the end. But
did it get far enough? Or
yeah,
okay.
We'll see.
Yeah, if you can get past these bushes, they kind of end down the hill, and then it's pretty open. In terms of no OB and stuff, but
you see that tiny little super skinny white tree right there? That's a good marker.
Yeah,
visibly from where we're standing as to where the basket is.
Yeah, the basket is just to the right of that.
You can see it
an
now.
island. Oh yeah, there it is.
Paige goes with her judge, and she told me she was not going for it. So good thing it hit that tree because it had a lot of steam on it still.
Yeah. So there's a little OB creek right in front of the green. It's kind of an island again.
I hit the tree right in front of me.
Okay.
And still out. I thought I made that one. I really like that one.
Great bid.
So. Yeah, it's tough to have a look for birdie and end up settling for, or eagle and end up settling for.
Oh, wow. Nice,
par.
Paige.
Paige hit
Beautiful.
a huge putt on this. She called it right out of her hand. I got it, she said.
Nice.
Oh, no, actually, that's not what she said. She said, it's in. It's in. Ran up there. Coming down the stretch on these last 3 holes with the battle so tight for third. That's a huge putt to hit.
Huge. I'm sure there weren't that many birdies on this hole.
Absolutely
on the
not.
weekend. Yeah.
So she will take her birdie and take the top of the box going into the hardest hole in the course, in my opinion. It's just, honestly, staying in bounds is the key, really.
Yeah.
This is another one that says par 3, but I believe it's a par 4.
Definitely. And you could see, I think Paige was going for the right gap. And if you do stay right for most of the way, you might have a good chance at a birdie, but probably a par, hopefully a par.
Hokom throws this Champion Firebird super well, but it came in a tiny bit early, but it clipped that tree and got her even a super beneficial kick.
Yeah, if you go left, you can kind of like island hop a little bit if you want to stay safe. Yeah, it's crazy. Nice. Yeah. It's just this creek just snakes through the entire fairway.
I threw such a good shot on this, and I thought, and it hit that tree and kicked OB. I really lifted it out of my hand.
Yeah, because if you hit that gap perfectly, you can kind of hit the side of the hill, and if you stick, you're going to be fine over there.
Yeah.
You can see Holly's going sort of a hyzer route from there.
It's a tricky approach to the green there.
Yes.
I told Paige, just go for it
Wow.
and just commit. If you go long, at least you have a tap
Right.
in par.
That's true.
So she grabbed her EMAC Truth and just winged it at the basket. She missed the top by like 3
Wow.
inches. She almost made that shot.
Looks like you're playing safe a little
Yeah,
bit
it
to the
was.
left.
And it skidded. He said it skipped 3 times and went OB.
Oh, no.
I was surprised that that one went
Yeah.
OB. It felt good.
Like Sarah's going for it.
She did go for it. She left it a little high, but it missed over the top of the basket. So she as well gets to take it from cap in distance on the island.
Okay, well.
The screen looks harder than it is. It's harder than, or it's easier than most people make it out to be. Honestly, just throw it OB on purpose. Who cares?
Yeah,
Just
and that's
take your
actually what I
tap
did
in.
today too.
I saw Macbeth. He's just throwing a rocket at the basket.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay,
Yep. Yeah.
easy par.
Yep. I know.
Oh, actually, it says par 4 up here. I don't know. The T sign says par 3.
Okay.
We got confusion going on in the booth. Just kidding. But we are about to go into the final hole of the tournament. Stay tuned to see how everything finishes up. Up first on the tee is Paige Bjerkaas here on the 18. It's a par 4, 650 feet. This tee shot is nearly impossible.
Yeah. You have to keep it dead straight, and you're also throwing slightly uphill. So sometimes you know, if you put a little bit too much nose up on it, or you're bound to hyzer out even a little bit, and you can't do this on this hole.
I mean, some of the shots that you think are perfect and you're clapping for, you get down there and they're just pinned against a tree or rolled off to the side or something.
Yeah.
And so this hole is pretty important at this point because the battle for third place is super tight. We got Holly Finley, Rebecca Cox, Paige Bjerkaas, Jessica Weiss all battling within 2 strokes. So, you know, honestly, who can play this hole the cleanest is going to come out with that third place podium.
Yeah. And you could see almost nobody landed in the middle on their drive. And so it leaves you with some sort of technical backhand Annie or forehand something.
So Paige goes first and goes with a Ballista Pro. I was surprised by this decision. I would have personally thrown a putter just to the gap and went for it from there, but she hits the tree and gets an unlucky kick. But fortunately for her, Holly did the same thing right behind her. That leaves Paige having to pitch out and kind of leaves it not in a good spot again.
Yeah, a little tight to the right.
Holly, again, same mistake.
Yeah.
So these two are kind of neck for neck on this hole. So Rebecca and Jessica, you know, are already finished out just watching these scores anxiously.
Holly actually wasn't in such a bad spot after getting a kick, so she was kind of able to go for it. I can't really tell where her drive ended up.
She landed like just around circle's edge on the right side, pin high.
Okay.
So she gave herself a chance.
Yeah. That big tree can get in your way even if you're inside the circle. So hitting either the gap right there between the trees or getting around and far enough past the trees is what you want on your upshot. Paige landed right in there.
Hokom sneaking a sidearm right through there.
Yep.
And Holly needing this one. Jessica Weiss ended up taking a 4 on this hole. She's actually the only one through that battle that parred this hole. So she definitely gained some strokes on these girls here just by playing this hole clean.
Sarah with the bogey 5. Paige also with the bogey 5, which honestly doesn't feel all that bad.
No, it really doesn't. A 5 on that hole, I'm not super upset with.
No.
Your 2018 Idlewild Open champion, Paige Pierce.
That's hole 18. Now we're finished with the Idlewild Open. Paige Pierce taking it down.
Feels weird watching myself do this. Yeah, it was a fun battle. Always is with Sarah, and I look forward to many more. I really appreciate you guys watching, and thanks to Smashbox.
So once again, I'm Missy Gannon.
I'm Paige Pierce.
And thank you for watching the women's FPO coverage of the Idlewild Open. And we want to say thank you to the Nati Disc Golf as well.
The Nati and Innova for sponsoring this coverage. We really, really, really appreciate all the FPO coverage we're getting this year. We hope you enjoy it. Send us in some feedback, critiques, and all that. And watch out for the men's battle that's about to go down, starting pretty much now, right? Carrie's beside me. Say hi.
Thank you
guys so much, and be dynamic. Sorry, how to do it.